How did you find a designer for your packaging?
Yeah, so that's a fun story. So when I was sick I think back in the days when I was dealing with those autoimmune conditions and disorder, my mom was visiting me from India, and there was this brand on the shelf called Siete Foods, which everybody knows now. I was sick and I was like having some gut issues, and everything was like difficult for me to digest. And she came from India, so she was not very familiar with Mexican food. So she didn't know that these were tortillas. She thought it was an Indian roti, right? Because it's very similar in looking. And she was like, hey, I found this like grain-free, gluten-free roti that you can have because, that won't kind of mess with your digestive system because I was having a lot of trouble at that time. And I was like, yeah, the packaging looks really good. The first thing I noticed was the packaging. I've been that way growing up. Like the presentation matters more to me than what's
Then
inside.
what's it?
So if you give me literal crap wrapped in a real, good, gift paper, I will be happy for a few seconds. So I was like, not that the product was bad or anything. I love that brand, and the tortillas were great. But I love the packaging. And so I was like, when I'm ready to have my own business, if I have my own business, I will reach out to this team. And I did. And when I did, that partnership started, and we were very young at that time as a brand. So the conversations took a long time, but eventually we worked with a design agency through that route. They're called Ron, and they're based out of Eugene, Oregon. And so we worked with them for the packaging for our dips as well as our pretzels.
That's great. First of all, though, how did you even connect with them?
So I did a Google search for this brand's packaging, and the first result, they did a good job with their Google keyword
Keyword
search
search
results.
through
So they
SEO.
were on the first page, and I wrote to the founder and then received a reply in less than half an hour. And so that's how it started.
That
It
is
was just
smart.
meant to be, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's so
Yeah.
smart. I don't think a lot of people think about that, just going to the store and seeing what packaging you like that you feel like
Yeah.
would make sense for your own brand and then
Yeah.
do